SacAnime Summer 2018. Where do I start? I did things a little bit differently than I usually do. Normally I'll go to see some voice actors, go to their panels, get some autographs. I pretty much didn't do any of that. I decided I just wanted to hang out a little bit. I have a lot of friends from SacAnime, so I'd hang out with them. I got an Airbnb and had an Uber because it's cheaper than parking near the convention center. But I got there a little bit early on Friday morning. Nothing was open yet. So I just kind of wandered around with a friend for a while until things started opening up, mainly the Vendors Hall. Every single convention, the Vendors Hall just gets more and more awesome. It fills up almost immediately with artists and vendors when the SacAnime like opens for registration. There was some returning talent that I went to see, as well as a bunch of brand new stuff. One of my favorite artists was there. I finally bought some prints from him, and I'll take pictures of them and put them up. It is Jetty Jet from the Jetty Jet Show on YouTube, and his artwork is absolutely divine. I got this. I'm sure I'm showing it right now. I got May, finally, he finished that one. And I also got Your Name, which is my favorite movie of all time. Check him out. Check out his stuff. I'll put him and everyone I can, their links in the description so you can go directly to them. Another person I got some artwork from, I don't know how to say the name. Sourwolf, I guess, is the best way I can say that. But she does a lot of quick sketches, like 5-minute sketches. I had commissioned a picture of Rory from my show, and it looks pretty damn good. I like it a lot. So hats off to her. Besides artists, there's a bunch of different vendors for like figurines, which I love figurines. I don't have any place to put them right now. But there was one place which was very interesting and very new. It's a soda shop that had old-fashioned sodas, but you would purchase a cup between $18 to $30 something, and you can get free soda the entire convention and any other convention that they are at. Potentially, you can get free soda for life as long as they're around. It's an interesting business model, really. You can end up getting gypped, but if they're around enough, you can end up totally worth your while. Besides the Vendors Hall, I went to, I think, only a few panels this time. I went to the Overwatch panel, which had the voices of Brigitte, Sombra, and my bae, May, as well as one of the writers, which he was a very interesting fellow. I liked the way he interacted with not only the fellow guests, but all the people in attendance as well. The other panel I went to was the My Hero Academia. Tons of people from the show were there. Stain, Todoroki, Asui. There was just, All Might, I believe, was also there. It was fantastic. Although at SacAnime during the panels, when I first started going, there's always a weird sense of cringe that we kind of accepted, like, everyone supports each other, but there's always that level of cringe anyway, and which happens. And this wasn't cringy, it was just awkward. A kid got up there and announced that he was constantly thinking about suicide, and because of My Hero Academia, he decided he had something to live for and didn't commit suicide. So he thanked the cast. I thought someone on the cast was going to respond, kind of encourage the kid to let him know that there were, behind you, but there's also more great things to live for other than this. Maybe that was a bad just PR move to do something like that. I mean, it's a shonen, so it's got another 15 years at least to go. I just hope that kid finds something in addition to My Hero Academia to help him through his struggles. But no one said anything, and I don't really blame him. After the panels, I met with, let's see what else happened. I ended up finding someone I follow on Twitter, Anna Cherry. She is a cosplay cam girl erudite. You can only look her up if you're 18 or older. That is my disclaimer for you guys. She dressed up as Lilu, and her boyfriend dressed up as Corbin, I think his name is, from The Fifth Element. She looked awesome. She's somehow even more attractive in person, and just very easy people to talk to. And the boyfriend, Richard Rao, I hope I said his last name correctly. He's also an intellectual, studies physics, and he's very excitable. He just seems to love talking about the things he does and things he workshops. He was working on a Widowmaker apparel for Anna, which wasn't finished at the time, but they were trying. It was really cool to see him. So visit. Just I won't have a link. I don't know if I can have a link in the description. So just Google Anna Cherry. She'll come up again if you're 18 or older. But they did convince me while talking to them to check out the anime music videos, which for the last 5 or so years I've never gone to one of the AMV contests. So I decided to finally attend, and they range from mediocre to not so fun to watch. But there was one which ended up winning, I heard later. I will put this also in the description, is the Anime Avengers, using the Avengers trailer. It was dope. Definitely check that out. Worth it. Every SacAnime though, I do attend Cafe Hoshi. I have to. This time I only attended one, and it was the 18 and older. If you don't know what Cafe Hoshi is, it's a maid and butler cafe. You are seated at a table with about 9 other people. The table is assigned a maid and or butler, and you just play games, have fun, watch little performances, usually, Japanese or Korean dances. It's a lot of fun. Very kawaii atmosphere. The 18 plus show. It's a little bit different. It's a little more loose, a little more crude in a good way. It's something to experience for sure. So if you haven't attended either of them, do so. It's a lot of fun. After Cafe Hoshi is when I go to the late night electronic dance, because you can't call it a rave. The police don't like that, apparently. The late night electronic dance, the music was a lot better than it was last time. Last time they had a guest from Japan, part of Dancing Dolls. She was great, but the person they had after wasn't so great, and people just started leaving. But this time, the music was consistent, it was fun. The problem was, they decided to shut it down early. I don't know why, but it ended at like midnight when it usually goes until 1 a.m. So that was unfortunate, because I just arrived there and they were shutting it down. I only heard like 2 songs. And I don't dance personally, I just kind of sit in a chair and watch other people have fun while I hold my friends' belongings while they go dance. But there's 2 nights of that, the Friday night and the Saturday night. After the Friday night's dance, see, people still wanted to dance. They actually had an after dance little tiny group party out in front of the hotel, which is right across from the convention center. And people were just dancing, from what I heard, until like 3 a.m. I just saw them on the street. I didn't, partake. On the Saturday night after the electronic dance, this was a little weird. I think it was Saturday. This is why you should always attend with people. After the dance, we were outside of the convention center. I was hanging out with a few friends when a girl came up to the group and asked if she could hang out until her mom arrives. There are some guys that are, a group of guys that are creeping her out. Of course, yes, of course she could hang out with us. And so we waited until her mother arrived and she went off. This happens just throughout the con itself, that there are some creepers, even like camera guys, who try to get your picture, which there's a lot of pictures being taken. That's a common thing. You have a cool cosplay, people want to take pictures of it, but there are some with a little more malicious intent. I don't know how to fix that other than have good security and you as a person being aware and hanging out in a group. After that, we got some late night sushi. There is a place that is open until 3 a.m., a sushi bar. It's over on near the street where I had the chase. If you saw my other SacAnime video where I chased the guy down, it was over near there. A bunch of bars, so the nightlife was all there. People from not from the con. And so we stood out a little bit, but we went up to get sushi. And by up, I mean we had to actually take an elevator. As we took the elevator up, it was a small elevator. A group of guys who were being friendly, and so my friend, a girl, was friendly back. And I guess the guys took it as flirting because they were a little aggressive, threatening that the girls would be grinded on the dance floor. So you saw a shift of the girls like standing on the exact opposite side of the elevator as possible, which the guys noticed. It was really kind of awkward, but we didn't have to deal with them the rest of the night. We had some sushi and calamari. Friend unfortunately got ill, so we decided to head back, and I think she was singing Baby Shark for some reason. I don't know. But the last night, after everything was wrapping up, I helped some friends out who were closing some stuff down, helped them clean up. After that, we got some more sushi over at Bento Box, which was awesome. It was like, there's like 20 of us. It was a huge bill. Gratuity was $60 in itself. It was absurd, but still a lot of fun. After that, my friend wanted to go to a funk dance bar. This bar was just having a funk night, and it was absolutely packed. I don't know how anyone could dance in there without assaulting someone. There's beer on the floor. I hung back. Another friend just hung back for a while. We decided to bounce because it was just too obnoxious. We went to a place that you listen to music on headphones, and so everyone's, I guess, dancing to their own beat while while the house is kind of silent. We went there and stood in line. Took too long. The bouncer was taking forever. I don't know what was going on. He let a whole bunch of other people who just walked up in. We decided the guy's a douche, and we left there. Finally, we decided to go to Coin Op, which is a pub/arcade. Sounded really interesting to me, but by the time we got there, it was almost 2 a.m. and they weren't letting anyone else in. The whole bar hopping night was a complete bust. It ended much better, as any night really should, with going back to the hotel and just hanging out and watching the Golden Girls until we were tired, went to sleep. So that was my SacAnime experience for summer 2018. Let me know what experiences you guys had. I love hearing all the different things that people do, and if you happen to have the same experiences or the same ideas or even conflicting ideas, that's what the comment sections are for. So let me know your great stories. If you want to hear more stories, of course, like and subscribe, and that's it for me. Until next SacAnime, my friends. See ya.